You know, I didn't expect this to happen. I just did a Helen Zille video yesterday, and then Helen Zille herself just explodes on social media because of an interview, a radio interview that she had. And boy, was it really explosive. And I figured, you know what? I just gotta talk about it. So let's see what everyone is talking about when it comes to Helen Zille and this interview. Let's get into it. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Newsflash. I'm your host, Emilio. Thanks for tuning in. So, as I mentioned, Helen Zille was on a radio interview, and I wanted to give my thoughts on some of the clips that have gone viral on social media. We're going to start with this one, and I personally think Helen is telling some hard truths in this clip, but it has people outraged. Oh, how could she say this? They're clutching their pearls. Why? She's so racist. How could she say this? Here we go. Let's just see what people are whining about.
What it looks like. Those are people of color. If you go to any ANC-run municipality, people of color are worse off than they are in any DA municipality. And that's a fact.
So what
and even the president knows that.
Yeah. So what you're saying then is the DA is bad, but not as bad as the ANC, and that's why we should vote for you.
No. The DA faces the legacy of the past. It raises a huge amount of money from the better off suburbs and cross-subsidizes to give the poor the best free basic service package in the country. It spends billions investing in infrastructure for the poor. But let me tell you something else, Anele. No government anywhere ever is going to put you in a 3-bedroom house in a garage. What government does is provide you water, electricity, sewerage, refuse removal, a school, and a clinic. And then people have to use that as a platform to get themselves out of poverty. Ask people what they are doing. How many fathers are sitting with their children, investing in those children, being role models for their children, and how many are being absent fathers? What is their responsibility? How many parents are being role models for their children, or how many are taking drugs and drinking alcohol?
So yeah, that clip has got people outraged because she, in my opinion, called it out how it is. You know, that we do have a father issue in South Africa. How many family households don't have a father? And fathers are supposed to be role models for their children, as well as the mom. But a household without a father is without a leader. And when you add drugs and alcohol into the mix, well, I'm sure I don't need to explain to you how versatile that can be. Helen Zille makes a good argument for what government is supposed to provide. They're supposed to provide sewage, service delivery, schools, hospitals, basically what she mentioned, but not necessarily housing. And if they do provide housing, it's not going to be a 3-bedroom with a garage. And she's right. No government in the world is going to do that because it costs money. It costs the taxpayer money, which is why a lot of people in the Western Cape are very upset about the recent rate hikes. Some argue that this is incentive for land grabs. Look, in this episode, I don't have the time to go into immense detail about why I kind of disagree with that statement, but suffice it to say, it's not entirely the DA's fault. But there are more clips, ladies and gentlemen, at least 2 more clips that I would like to get into.
A lot. And Cape Town has one of the lowest wastages of water in the world.
You're right.
One of the lowest. Joburg loses 46% of its water, almost 50%.
Cape Town is a great example of a well-run.
So that is
what about Tshwane and what about Nelson Mandela Bay? Are they as well-run as Cape Town?
Of course not, because it hasn't had the DA government for 20 years. That's the point.
So you're saying that
when you've had the DA government for 20 years,
Helen,
you have a good place. I'm telling you the truth. You can say, oh, Helen, all you like, because I'm not playing your ideological games here. I'm talking about service delivery on the ground, which is what local government is about.
Okay.
Bottom line. And to answer I'm answering still your callers, because they're asking the good questions here.
You don't have to insult us into
you're insulting me. I will insult you.
We're asking you good questions. We didn't insult you once. We're asking you good questions.
I want to tell you.
You don't have to get defensive.
I'm not defensive. I'm on the attack. I'm on the attack.
Because the first insult that was thrown was that none of us in this studio are asking good questions.
Well, you are.
You don't have to.
It's a fact.
This is going to be a partnership.
You don't have to be insulted by the facts.
This is going to be a partnership. We run Joburg as well as you are going to.
You run Joburg.
Yes, we do. We come
here.
Your
studio.
Yes, that's what we're doing, Helen. We if you win, we're going to be in a partnership because this is the platform that you are going to use to communicate a lot of times. So you don't have to come and insult us. Just you can don't be snarky about it. Still answer. No one ever snarky.
If you want to insult me,
and be great.
I will give as good as I get, and you have to understand
that. When did we insult you, my
With
dear?
every single sideswipe question.
No, we asked you
right.
questions.
Let me answer your listeners. No one's interested in you. Yeah,
but
they're
you
interested in the
here.
answers to my questions.
Helen, you came
I can also leave.
Okay,
but I want to answer your listeners. Okay.
Wow, Helen didn't hold back any punches. And this is what makes her a great leader, because she actually stands by what she says and what she means. And, you know, the woke media, lefty media, obviously giving her some, you know, left-leaning questions to try and trap her and all that stuff. And she's not falling for it. And that's why she said, like, well, your listeners have better questions than you do. And this obviously offended Anele. Like, oh my word, how could you say that about our radio station? We run the radio. We also run Joburg, you know. Yes, from your woke seat, from your woke throne, you run Joburg. Yeah, right. Well, if you do run Joburg, if you claim that you're running Joburg, right, you're doing a very, very, very shitty job of it, number one. Number two, radio stations don't run any municipalities or cities or anything like that. This partnership she's talking about, that's just entitlement. Helen doesn't need your radio station. She can go on many other radio stations and podcasts and reach even more listeners than your radio station. So yeah, wow, that really shocked me. Oh, we run Joburg too. Really? Are you there fixing potholes? Huh? Are you there collecting the trash for people? Huh? Are you building schools and hospitals? No, Anele. You're just talking on your woke throne. All right, let's look at the third and final clip.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
So in the ANC, you can't survive if you're not corrupt. In the DA, you can't survive if you are corrupt.
Can you survive in the DA if you're racist?
Certainly not. We're the most non-racial party there is, and we are completely judging people on their value as human beings and not the color of their skin.
Because I think that'll be your biggest obstacle in getting to mayor. Once again, I led this conversation with the fact that you are very qualified to run and be mayor. I do not for a second doubt that. I just think that as a person who is living in Johannesburg, as a black person who lives in Johannesburg, black people struggle to see you wanting to forward them. Right? That's what it comes across as.
Anele, when were you elected as the spokesperson of all black people? You weren't. How can you speak for black people? I can't speak for white people.
Helen, you
am
are
not
on Twitter every day. You see what people say about you, babe. You see it. People do not trust you to have the interests of black people at heart. Please don't come here and want to like...
Twitter is not the voters' role.
You are everywhere.
Twitter is not the voters' role. That is the first thing you have to... Anele, you don't speak for black people. I don't speak for white people. I judge you as an individual, and I want people to judge me as an individual. Okay. I bet I did more to fight apartheid than everybody sitting in the studio today.
And so did the people that are now currently running it into the ground as well. So,
well, some of them, but no one who loves South Africa will steal its money and run it into the ground. No one.
Okay.
And I have no time for people who claim struggle credentials, get into power and steal the people blind.
Okay.
None at all.
Thank you for your time. We are so late for news. We apologize.
I am so sorry. I would love to answer some serious questions from your listeners instead of arguing with you.
Next time when you are on time, you can answer some serious questions from our listeners.
Okay, so a lot was said in that one. I couldn't help when Zille said, yeah, we're a non-racial party. Whew. I've got some stories on my YouTube channel that say otherwise. For example, when Alan Winde allegedly said no to two white brothers because of the color of their skin when they wanted to produce, or to present rather, an investment opportunity for a universal light bulb socket. Y'all can watch that episode here. And that's just one example. My emails have been flooded with other stories that I'm slowly working my way through to also talk about not just racial stories from the DA or about the DA, but also corruption and mismanagement and you name it. Is the DA good at what they do? Absolutely. Again, the Western Cape, even though it has its problems, is the best run province in South Africa by far. I've been to Joburg and KZN and other parts of South Africa. When you come to the Western Cape, it does feel different. Garbage is collected. We have running water. The electricity, even when it's load shedding, is far better than the rest of the South Africa. So there's no doubt, and I will give credit where it's due, that the DA does run the Western Cape very well. But that doesn't mean they don't have skeletons in their closet. But I've also got to admire how Helen Zille handled this interview. I think it's great. I think it's amazing. I think we need more leaders to be like her. Steadfast, honest, brutally honest, and stuck by her guns. And when the host is rude or insults or tries to trap the interviewee, Helen is there fighting her way out of it and saying, I will not be boxed in and you will not play your wokey ideology on me. And I respect that. I 100% respect that. I admire that. Kudos to her. That's how you handle left-leaning media. She tried to give a little bit of a swat and Anele served it back in kind. That's fine. Anele probably got the last word there, but there's no doubt that Helen Zille is making waves. And I'm excited. I'm excited if she becomes the mayor of Joburg. Hopefully she can save it. Hopefully she can make a difference. Hopefully she can put an end to the corruption. Maybe this will be the downward spiral of the ANC, or at least, well, the ANC is already on a downward spiral, but maybe this will solidify or be the final nail in the coffin that is the reign of the ANC. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, if you want to help me uncover the truth behind land grabs in South Africa, please head on over to the Back a Buddy campaign linked in the pinned comment or description. You can also pause the video now and scan that QR code and it will take you right to the Back a Buddy campaign. If you prefer EFT or donating via EFT, those details are also in the pinned comment and description. You can also find out more information on stolenground.co.za. And for those of you that have donated thus far, thank you all so much. It really means a lot to me. I cannot wait to get these projects off the ground. Now, let me know in the comment section below what you thought about these clips and the interview with Helen Zille. Do you think she was right? Do you think she was wrong? Let me know. And while you're down there, don't forget to leave a like on this video, share it far and wide, and no matter which platform you're watching this episode on, please follow and subscribe. I've got more content coming your way, and with all that being said, thanks for watching. Your Newsflash is in.